Okay, this lesson for the Koine Project Class, I'll entitle it Koine Considers Calvinist Conundrum. What we noticed is a text where it says the work of God is in order that you might believe, and that's often used and out of context, of course, and placed out there. And unintentionally, you can sometimes bring about a backfire effect. So let's look at that text, these two verses, and in just a moment, let's see how it can help understand the conundrum that's been created. So it says here, upon they said, and we'll want to notice they said towards him, towards him, auton. Yes. So they said toward him, what thing? So we're starting the sentence. What thing? What thing? Or in this text, it's actually what work? What? And then it's poi uben from poieo. And this is first person plural. What are we doing? And then the purpose here, in order that hina. In order that. And then we have middle passive in form from ergozomai. It's ergozomatha. In order that we might be working. There we go. In order that we might be working. Notice we there, same people. Working ta, the erga, the works to theu of the theu God. And then verse 29, apekrithe, he answered, that's the Jesus, the so the Jesus, Jesus, he answered, and Kai, and Apen, he said to them, autois. Now remember, same people we're talking to them, tuto, so it's like a statement inside, tuto, this esten is to ergon, the work to theu of the God. And here's the purpose of it. He mentions it. Grab another marker here. This is the work of the God in order that. There we go. Let me get out the way. In order that is to say to, or that you all, let me come back over here. You all might believe into, and then we have this relative pronoun. It's whom in this case, objective, whom, and then stalen, So, into whom he sent forth. And then we have Ekainos, that one whom he sent forth. So you can go through, check this as far as the writing it out. I'll go ahead and call your attention to, first of all, we notice it moved from plural to singular, which is very brilliant. You can notice that in from the Grace Evangelical Society, their Grace New Testament commentary, they point that out and make an excellent observation using the language. But here's what's not often noticed by those who tout this is, first of all, we have, you all might believe. And he said to them, speaking to them, and it's the same ones that said towards Jesus, toward him. And he said, he answered the Jesus, and he said to them, this is the work of the God in order that you all might believe. So then he said, they wanted to know in order that we might be working. Here's same people here. We might be working. So the error of stating that the work of God results in someone believing is that these weren't believing. So the conundrum is, how could the work of God fail to produce a believer? And the reason why it's a conundrum is because those to whom he's speaking are those that he identified as specifically for the purpose of God's work, was so that they, the ones particularly to whom he immediately was speaking. So you can see the conundrum is we now have Jesus saying to the people who asked toward him, what are we to be doing in order that we might be working the works of the God? And he answered, and he said to them, the very same people, this is the work of the God in order that you all might believe, but they didn't. They didn't believe. So when a novice Calvinist takes this out of text and doesn't notice the totality of the Gospel of John, where he mentions in chapter 3, it's recorded that those who are negating persuasion, and then you remember those that Jesus said who weren't persuaded by the prophets preaching, Moses and the prophets in Luke 16:31, where he said those, however, that did listen, that is, learn, in the Gospel of John mentioned in chapter 6, they would come to him. So it's quite a conundrum and if you're not careful, you'll be too busy you don't want to react. You want to evaluate, because we're trying to learn the text and understand what's taking place. And now we understand and can see it very clearly that the work of God, Jesus is the one saying that these religious people who wanted to do works, he said, well, here's the work, believe. And it's punctular action, simple aorist tense. So have a blessed day and enjoy this lesson.